Hey, Jonathan from Buffalo Modular, and we are setting a house today. It's actually the build that we recently documented, that single box module in the factory that we did the walkthrough for while it was under construction in the factory. And so this is in West Coxsackie, which is just south of Albany, north of Poughkeepsie, which we do a decent amount of builds in this area. And so excited to document this house set today. There's some really interesting features that we'll get into as we dig into this today, but I wanted you to come along on the journey with me. So as you can see, the box has been set. Singular box, because this is just one box for this house. It's a mono roof, and the ceiling inside, which we'll take a walk through in a minute, follows that roof line. And so you'll notice there is a big open span here of no eaves here, no overhang, right? What we're going to be doing here momentarily is setting a 4-foot overhang off of this side. It's going to be pretty awesome. The total square footage of the module is 795, so with the basement, you're just shy of 1,600 square feet. You can see we've got Anderson windows in here, and we did special for this specific build as well. We did zip panels on the outside, and we'll take a walk through here in just a minute to kind of see how the rest of it turned out, because we walked through this house when it was in the factory being built, but now it's here on site. You can see it's a pretty tight site. In terms of the building site, with woods all around us here. And so the crane picked up the house from right over here and swung it around and set it onto the foundation. Did a great job in these tight circumstances here. But let's take a walk through and see just what's done already on this house. So we just came in through the slider on the back side of this house. Street is out this way, so that is technically the front of this house, but it's designed to outlook over the woods here, which is a really beautiful sight. You can see here. So here he is. Here he is, the famous,
the man, the myth, the legend. Here, why don't you point out the fixed vault?
So this is a fixed roof. It's a 212 roof pitch. And so that allowed us to have the inside finished on this. Typically when you do any kind of vaulted ceiling, when we tip up the roof, it's a hinge roof system, and then you can't finish the inside. This one specifically is 212, and it goes from, I believe it's just under 8 foot, if I'm not mistaken, and then it goes all the way up to 10 on the high side. So it looks really, really good. I think it fits with the design really well as well.
I'm 6 feet tall, 6'2".
You're not, you're 5 foot.
It's great. Yeah, it's really nice, because you can have a vault. I mean, especially in the modern Maples design.
Yes, exactly.
And then the other benefit in this design with the fixed vault is you can have these big transoms.
Right, right. Yeah, and I think it works really, really well. I love the cabinets that they did here, the flat panels on the cabinets.
Shout out to Billy.
Really nice. Yeah, exactly.
They did the design.
Yeah.
These are fabulous wood cabinets, right?
They're beautiful cabinets. Yeah, absolutely. All solid wood construction cabinets. They're really, really nice.
This is I think this is a European slimline fridge.
Yes. Yeah.
Section.
Specialty fridge. I believe he did an 18-inch dishwasher as well.
Is that dishwasher there? Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of specialty
top
pieces
there. Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, I think he's got a stove top there.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then you come around, you got the stairwell into the basement.
Well, then the other thing is, with the single box, you have all of the flooring all done.
Right.
All the flooring's done, all the drywall's done. There's
really
no
nice
stitching
part.
and seaming.
Nope,
This was the goal in putting this house designed together.
Right.
Was, hey, you're out in a remote area. Contractors might be hard to come by.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you don't have the time to do some of this stuff.
Sure.
And you have a finished house here.
Yeah.
Outside of bringing in utilities.
Bringing in utilities, exactly. Yeah. And the way that they designed this, it's really designed essentially as a 2-story home, because with the walkout basement and the way that we designed the stairwell, it really is a part of the rest of the home.
Yeah,
and in no way feels like a basement.
So that steps back. You want to kind of sneak in, and you can see how that steps back and brings the stairwell in.
Exactly. And then he put a window in here as well, which I think was a really smart design choice.
Yeah,
to really
brings the basement in.
Yes,
it makes
exactly.
it a 2-story house.
Yeah. And then this is still 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, just on the upstairs. So there's actually quite a bit going on here for this, you know, relatively small home. I mean, it's under 800 square feet.
In the end, you're going to be 1,500 square feet finished.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the hallway here is smart to have on the high side of the roof line, where you've got hallway natural light here.
Right.
You've got the tip out Anderson windows.
I think that was a great choice as well. So one of the bedrooms here, did the double window in there, again, making it feel nice and big.
This insulation's going in now, and that's because the roof line, which we can show them, is partly done off-site, but the cantilever portion that goes out 4 feet, that's going to be done on-site.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that comes together.
You can't ship past 15.5 wide, so that's what this is.
That's why you come up with these creative solutions to do things like this, right? So you can still get into some of these really interesting designs, but you got to get creative about how you do it. That's all. So yeah, absolutely. So you got the bathroom over here, stackable washer dryer here. So it's, I mean, it's really well designed space. Who's going to do tile in here, which is why this flooring isn't done here.
Hey, can you turn the lights on?
Can't turn the lights on.
See what I did there with the dad joke? The customer wanted to do this tile himself, I think, right? Was there a reason for that? Was it, did he want to do something particular?
Yeah, he had a particular...
The other bathroom is tiled.
Yeah, he had a particular thing that he was trying to do here and stuff. So it's just choices about what you want to make in terms of things like that. So we had a build recently where the dad wanted to do the tile work for the daughter. So sure, that's no problem. You know, it just means it's going to be done.
Suzanne's house, you know, they did sort of an interesting thing in the bathroom as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
With some, I think it was like a corrugated steel or something like that.
Right.
And then here is the, you know, the main bedroom with an ensuite half bath. So that would be the hall full bath. So upstairs is, you already said this, I think, 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think to pack all of that into that size square footage and that. This feels fantastic though, right? I mean, you know, being able to have the high ceilings over here.
Let me come back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a sliding glass door off the side.
Right.
Big windows with transoms, and they even put this transom in here as well. I really like the idea of kind of, you know, a lot of people think about trapezoid windows, understandably so, but you do things like this with these kind of, you know, stacked tiers of rectangular windows and stuff like that, and that has a good look too.
I really
did that with that barndominium, right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then that nook, I think, was a specific size for his desk.
Yep.
Because he does, I think, work from home. So, I mean, if you're looking at efficiency in terms of layout for rooms, I think you can look for city designs, you know, condominium designs, and how to lay out a bedroom very efficiently, what kind of built-ins to think about, how to place your bed, and placement of, you know, with reference to the windows and the hallways. Because if you're in New York City or Toronto or, you know, one of these high-density cities, you're going to be thinking about this, and they've already thought about this. So if you're trying to maximize your square footage, trying not to overbuild, benefit of building new is you can think through all your square, you know, all the square feet that you need and you don't need.
Design work too, so it helps
you're really good
figure out how it lays out and stuff like that.
You and even are great, right? For sure.
Yeah. So you can see here they're starting to set these cantilevered overhang. Shoots out about 4 foot from the face of the wall here. It's going to be a 4-foot overhang on the edge of the house that's all set on site as a part of this set of this house. You can see even on this side, actually, this is a little bit of an oversized overhang here as well on the side. But it's going to come together in a beautiful design. And then we'll put the metal roof on this house as well. Probably tomorrow that metal roof will go up. So this is a Superior Walls basement that we're in right now. And you can see there is a lot of future windows that are going to go into this space that have already been framed out and are ready to go for the window to be installed. You can see the panel drop location right here, right in the middle of the low side of the house. So this is the front wall. I say low side because of the roof, right in the middle here. And so you can see they've got various locations here for plumbing to come into this basement as well. You can see there's a big sliding glass door or French door that's going to go in over here. There's a single man door that's going to go in over here, and then all of these windows in here as well. And Superior Walls actually just came in with this higher insulation value. This is 20.5, our 20.75 is what this is. So almost our 21 for these walls, which is really, really nice to be able to have that higher insulation value on your basement walls. And you can see the plumbing drop locations for the bathrooms in here, and it's all set up and ready for finishing on site here in the basement. The plumber has to come in and finish tying out to where the water is going to come out, where the water is going to come in, all of those things. You got your basement stairwell right here, and if you remember, right here on this wall above this window is a window on the first floor as well. So as you're coming down the stairs, you'll come down this way towards the exterior wall, and so you'll have two windows that you'll be staring at as you're coming down the stairs, which is going to feel really, really nice. A lot of glass in here. I love the design of this home. It came together really, really nicely. Looks so professional holding the plans. You get that half dissatisfied look on your face as well.
That look only comes from years in construction. Generally annoyed look. So here's a quick tip on blueprints.
Okay.
Blueprints, well, some people get intimidated by them because it's a big stack of papers.
It's a very big stack of papers.
And
very large papers.
Well, it reads like a book, you know, and so the first thing to do is to read the overall summary on the front page. So first thing is the project name and address, and then the main thing are the drawing index. The drawing index has page numbers in reference to all the different aspects of the house. So, the foundation plan, the first story plan, the structural, electrical, elevations, heating, cross sections, rafter details, plumbing, roof framing, etc., etc. Res check is a big thing. That's an important thing. The res check is the overall insulation envelope, the R value requirement for the house. And so if you're looking on the blueprints, if you have the blueprints and you need to find something, this is the where to start. Is just check the index. So I am looking for I think it's in the rafter details, 1SE, or it might be 3C. I just wanted to see how big those eaves were. They look like 18 inches, but they might be 2 feet.
I'm going to say 2 feet.
You say 2 feet?
I say 2 feet.
I don't see it there. Let me check the elevations on EV. Usually helpful to be on.
The blasting sun.
Let's see one EV. There's the 4-foot cantilever.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this is riveting TV. I don't see maybe I can't find it.
You got this. Coming, I can tell. I can just feel it. Feel it. Oh, there it is.
2 foot.
2 foot. What do I get? What do I get?
It's 10B. I thought it said 1 EB or 1
Do I get a price?
2 foot there, and then of course the 4 foot cantilever. So on this house, you're 15 wide on the module, which is almost the maximum shipping width.
Right.
So the eaves then need to be shipped loose and built on site. So then you've got a 2 foot overhang on the gables. That's obviously a 1 foot overhang
Right.
on the front eaves. And those are, you can see these are all panelized sections that are shipped loose. And
Right.
Actually, that one looks like it came already
Totally.
already on. That one, not yeah, because the length
Because
would be
the
no
length
problem,
was good, yeah.
But the width there, you can see that that's attached on site. And then this is what we wanted to talk about a little bit here, right? We come out this way.
That's right. The good stuff.
So here's the high point of the roof. Here's the vaulted ceiling side. And typically when you cantilever out, you have to double the sistered joist side to what's being cantilevered out. So you're 4 feet out, you double that, that's 8 feet in. That's what you're sistering the rafters. And so it's just if you don't know what sistering the rafters, you're just setting the rafter right next to the other rafter and you're shooting nails into it. And there's usually a nailing pattern from the engineer. And that gives you all the strength that you need. We've done that you can cantilever out obviously in eaves, but you can also do a Juliet balcony and things of that nature. We did that up on Lake Ontario a few years ago. And so then the roof itself, if we go up there, you'll see that some of it was sheeted, but then some of it wasn't sheeted. It was all wrapped for shipping, but the sheeting, the zip sheeting, was left off so that all the joists could be put in, or the rafters rather could be put in, sistered in, and nailed in. And then the insulation goes in, and then the baffles, and then the zip sheeting on top. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I love this design. I think this is certainly something that a lot of people would think that you can't really do that with modular, right? Which, yes and no, right? It is being done on site, but it is still a modular home. So,
Right.
you
all
know,
the drywall's done. You have to do a little framing on site.
right.
And this is basically the same design as the modern Maples design, but obviously modified for the vaulted ceiling and the roof extension, different windows, different floor plan layout.
Yeah, I think modern Maples is a 9-foot flat ceiling on the inside.
Right.
This is, this has got that slope ceiling on the inside to match that roof line.
So what did we say? It was 7.5 to 10?
I think it's higher than 7.5 if I'm not mistaken. I have to check the plans
to 8,
again.
right?
But yeah, it's very close to 8. I remember trying while we were in the factory. I couldn't touch there. You probably could because you're so tall. Look how tall he is, guy.
What would you prefer? Would you do a 9-foot flat, or would you do a sloped? It's a different feel, right?
Yeah. That's a great question. To me, I guess probably the most important factor to me in how I do that would be how I do the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the cabinets, because at least personally, I can get in my head on attaching cabinets to a wall that has a slope ceiling on it.
Can't really do that. Well, I mean, you can't go up to the ceiling.
Right, exactly. So I think I'd probably want to make sure, personally, I'd probably make sure that the design is all of the wall cabinets are only on one side, not on the slope ceiling portion of it. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's application. It's what's the overall goal for the project?
Well, and he was talking about that. He was going to do that tongue groove ceiling on this thing too. He was talking about. I don't know if he landed on it or not, but yeah,
you could always do that anytime.
And I think that would change things as well in terms of how you looked at that and how how that affected your decision making on it too. So, but I mean, the cantilevered overhang here is really not much different than the idea of a porch, right? People ask all the time, well, is the porch included with the house or not, or is the garage included with the house or not?
Right.
And it's, well, I mean, do you want it or not is essentially the question, but they're not modular in their nature. It's just a matter of how you're designing it.
They can be, but they're not. cost effective to build offsite.
Right.
It'd be easier just to frame up a garage or a porch on site.
Yeah.
That's always the more cost effective option. And there's always a lot of contractors who can do that.
Right.
You know, and some people do it now, some people do it later on.